On, guys, welcome back to the Leave It to the Judges MMA show. We got a video for you guys today. We're gonna be covering multiple topics. We're gonna start with UFC Perth. We're gonna talk about Gamrot filling in for Viziev and Allen fitting in for Hernandez. But guys, let's start. Saturday night, we got Olberg versus Reyes. Reyes going on this kind of Cinderella run. He was in the dumps. He's coming back, fan favorite. Everyone thinks he beat John Jones. Taking on Carlos Olberg, who's like kind of been the one prospect of this like kind of shitty division for a while. He's finally getting a big main event chance here. What do you guys see for this fight, and what does the winner get?
I expect this to be totally on the feet. I think it'll be a pretty decent scrap. It might turn into a little point fighty type fight though. So I don't know how it's really gonna go. But I would take Goldberg in this. I just feel like Reyes has been chinned too many times for me to like believe in this win streak hard, especially once he gets towards the top of the mountain. And I just don't see it for him here. I think he'll have his moments, and this will be all on the feet. I just doubt either one of them wrestles in this fight. Um, I like what I've seen from Reyes. I think he maybe has more power in this fight, but I think Ober's just too technical for him. I think he's gonna play it safe and just kind of win a point by low key. Maybe he'll scrap, but I don't know. Reyes just gonna try to go for the knockout. I think he might get pieced a little.
Hmm. I don't know, man. I think that Reyes is way more alive in this fight than you think. Um, I've been a fan of Oldberg just because, like, it's kind of like that division just has very few contenders, like up and coming young contenders. So I've been watching him very closely to see like him take another step, and I just don't feel like he really has. Is my kind of issue. Um, I feel like against the high level guys, I feel like his output can kind of wean a little bit, um, which I guess is cautious because I have seen him kind of clip before. He doesn't have the. I mean, it's kind of light heavyweight, so I think that like anyone can clip anyone. Like there are big motherfuckers in there, but I think that Oberg doesn't have the best chin, and I don't think he doesn't react the best to getting hit. And I also find that like a lot of his fights like end up being like low output like point fighting, like you said. And I think that Reyes, at least recently, and even when he was getting knocked out, he was on his bad streak. He always throws hands. Like his hands have always been nice. Like he was even piecing up John Jones in their fight. And you know how elusive John Jones is, how hard he is to hit. So I just think that like if Reyes is on, like which it's a big if, of course, but if he's on for real, I could just see him like at points maybe clipping Olberg and kind of stealing rounds off him like that. Over 5 rounds, I think that like the chances that like Olberg can like clip him as well at some point, finish him with something like there's a decent chance. I think that the 5 rounds makes me way more like feel like this is gonna end in a finish somehow. Um, but I could just see like I'm gonna predict Olberg just because of like momentum. But I would not be surprised if like Dominic Reyes walked out of here with a knockout win. To be honest.
Okay. Yeah, I mean he's been knocking people out recently. Olberg coming off two decisions, really close fight with Blachowicz. I'm gonna lean Olberg here too. I think the hype train gets derailed here, and I think Olberg's gonna knock him out. Xavier, you kind of touched on it. It's 5 rounds. It's gonna be on the feet mostly. Someone's getting clipped, and I think Reyes is just gonna take too many chances, and he's gonna get sniped in there by Olberg. Olberg's really accurate. I think Reyes is more powerful, but I don't think Reyes really has that great of a chin anymore at all. And I think Olberg's really gonna test it, especially over 5 rounds. Also, I'm this guy at home. I think he's gonna have his big at home moment in the main event and get a dub.
Well, that's my thing. I just think Reyes' chin is gone, bro. Like the last three people he's fought are not great, and they just didn't test it. Once he gets one good square one, he might just go down right away. Like that's how much I think the chin kind of gone on that man. And Oberg, like you said, accurate as hell.
Definitely. So what's at stake in this fight for each guy?
Title shot for Oberg.
For sure, I think.
Actually, I would just say title shot probably,
Okay.
to be honest.
Okay. Oh, you're muted, Xavier.
What are the what are the other big fights that are announced in the division right now? Like
Let's pull up the
who's
rankings.
Roundtree about to fight?
Uh,
Yuri?
He's about to fight Yuri at
Yeah.
320.
I think that
Yeah, Olberg's ranked 3 right now, so
yeah. I think that I could see I mean Reyes also has like a big name. You have to factor that in. Like
I
fan
mean,
favorite.
you know what I mean? Like a lot of people think he beat John Jones and like the UFC might try to capitalize if he makes a little bit of a run here, you know. I can kind of shamelessly see that if I'm honest.
You know, I never asked you this, Xavier, as a diehard John Jones fan. Who did you think won that fight that night?
I thought that John Jones won it, but I was shitting bricks though. I was not confident.
Okay, that's
Um,
fair.
I think that my rationale is kind of like it really only comes down to the third round. I thought that Reyes was clearly up 2-0, and I thought that John Jones clearly won the last two by a long shot. It comes down to round 3 for me, and I think that Reyes started the round good, but like towards the end of that round, John starts to kind of like catch up, and like I think that like in general, in those more 50-50 type rounds, what you do late in the round tends to tends to count more, even if people don't think it should. I just know, even from when I watch the fights, when I bet on the fights, like even when my fighter has a great first 3 minutes, like it oftentimes the last like 2 minutes is what really swings around. And I think that Reyes just if he had maybe like 2 minutes more of gas in his tank, like he might have been able to sneak out with that win. But I think that like to be the champ, you got to beat the champ, and I thought he very clearly did not do that to me. You know what I mean? He didn't take it. It was right there for him, but he did not like grab it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that phrase at the end there, you had to beat the champ to be the champ. That's perfect. Like it'd be crazy, John Jones losing his belt and all that over like such a close decision. But like, I totally get the argument if you thought Reyes won. But I mean, he's back. He's back, and he's in striking distance of a title. But it looks like the boys here. We're all taking Olberg. Let's talk about the rest of this card. Listen, man, if you're from Australia, that region, you're probably loving it. But hate to be this guy, it's just not that great of a card. The rest of it. What stands out to you guys?
this is a D card at best, a D plus at best. Nothing stands out. I see about Jake Matthews, Neil Magny is like the most I'm seeing stand out, which is crazy. Who do you think wins that, y'all? I don't really care about the fight.
I want to say Matthews, but like Magny finds ways to win. But I'll say Matthews.
I think that at this point, Magny just a shell of himself, bro. I think that that's just where we're at, unfortunately. You know,
Is
that's what it comes down to for me at least. Is I just think that Magny's done.
is Magny? Is he coming off a win though? No,
Hey, you beat the Santos.
is he? I guess I'll give it to Matthews. Is Magny's not ranked anymore? Is he?
To be fair, I'm looking at his last couple fights. The guys he's losing to is Prates, Morales, and Gary, and then he beat Malat and Dos Santos. But he just does not look great out there, especially like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean Matthews coming in looking good, so I would just take him off age. Yeah, I'd go Matthews, but I think that's a close fight to be honest. I think the odds don't. They don't justify him to me, but
I think it's way more just about like how awful Magny's kind of looked. I just think that his output, he used to be able to like, grind his way into the clinch and like, like eat some shots and wear people down and like, Magny them to be honest. But like I just don't think he eats a shot as well anymore. And I don't think that his cardio, which was like once one of his biggest strengths, he would win a lot of fights like by turning them around late or turning them around like mid fight once his opponent starts to gas. Um, I just think that his cardio is not what it once was either, and I
Yeah.
think that causes him problems now because it's like all of the things that he kind of was coasting on are kind of all of his advantages are kind of like dwindling away, and he's not eating shots as well. So it's like okay, like it's kind of hard if he doesn't get you down quickly. I don't think that he's like gonna do it late now these days. People can kind of dance around on him footwork wise and just like not get taken down by him.
Um, there is a Tafa brother fighting on this card that
Is it the good
tickles. It's Justin taking on Louis Sutherland from Scotland. I do not know who that is. I'll be honest.
let me
one?
see how tall he is.
He might
He
be a
does,
fuck. He might be a fucking can though, to be honest.
he does not have a picture or a bio on the website, so
They're probably just bringing in a can just to get smacked by a Tafa.
Tafa's 7-5, guys. Like he cannot lose this shit at home.
Yeah, I'll pick Sutherland. I'll pick Sutherland.
One takedown and he fucking loses, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, Tafa,
Tafa just their refusal to just like get in the grappling lab is crazy to me. Because
he's
what are we doing?
he stakes.
What are we doing, bro? What are we doing?
What are we doing?
See ya.
But before we move on, guys, give me your fight of the night and performance of the night predictions.
Bro, I can't even tell you, bro. To be honest,
I
I'm
guess.
gonna go performance of the night. Whoever knocks the other person out in the main event. I'm gonna guess Olberg, but like I could see it going both ways. I think either way, someone's going down though. Someone's going to sleep to me.
Okay.
I really like Navajo Sterling.
Yeah, that's an interesting fight. Taking on the what's his name? The dude who
Kyle,
flopped really hard. Yeah.
yeah, I think Navajo should tune him up, but I fought with Navajo Sterling in there.
Yeah, I'd go performance of the night, Olberg. Fight of the night, that Tom Nolan Charlie Campbell fight. I think that'll be actually a pretty good fight.
I think the opener like Loma Lubumi versus Alexia Thayanara is fucking gonna be a banger to start the card though. I will say. Like Thayanara kind of a fiend, and Luke Boomy definitely a fiend. Like she can crack, bro.
I can see that.
She can fucking crack. For her weight, she can crack.
So should be an interesting card. Hopefully the main event's a banger, but let's move on, guys. We got some breaking news. As you guys know, Fiziev stepped out a while back against Oliveira. Unfortunately, he got injured. Steps in the gamer Gamrot. It's official. It got made official today. 5-round main event in Brazil. I like the step in out of all the opponents. I think he was the right one to make. I think it's gonna be a super fun matchup, especially on the ground. Both guys are super skilled. I love to see how Oliveira's BJJ combats the wrestling. Well, what do you guys think about Gamrot stepping in for Fiziev?
I'm just disappointed in Fiziev. It's not his fault. I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming Fiziev. Obviously, like injuries happen in this game all the time. I just think that like I'm starting to really lose confidence that he could ever make the push I once thought he could because
Yeah.
he's losing so much time to injuries, and it's like unfortunate to me because he's really talented. Um, but he either falls short in the big fights or he just doesn't make them, and it's like it's unfortunate. I was definitely looking forward to this fight. I thought that him winning over Oliveira could have been like a signature win for him. But I mean, we won't get to see it, I guess. As far as this new fight goes, I think they match up well. I think that Oliveira has a clear striking advantage that he should be able to exploit here. But even with that being said, in the grappling, it can get really interesting. I think that Gamrot can, if he can use his wrestling and stay out of dominant positions early, he might have a little success, like roughing Oliveira up a little bit in there. But I think eventually, once the grappling kind of like if they're more grappling at a slower pace, I think Oliveira is gonna can probably catch a sub, or like maybe like club and sub him, sting him, and then snatch something up type shit. So I think that Charles wins the fight, but um definitely more so just bummed out that I don't get to see Charles Fiziev. I was really looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely a step down in a fight. I think Oliveira Fiziev would have been a good show put on. But now we get boring Gamrot. Who roots for this guy, Gamrot, honestly? I mean, let's be for real here. If he can't hold Dan Hooker down, he is not holding Oliveira down. He might get some takedowns, but I don't think he will hold them down. Um, Gamrot's coming off fighting Ludovic Klein. I will say he looked good in that fight, but it's Ludovic Klein, an unranked fighter. And I just feel like Gamrot, like that 25-3 resume is just so fraudulent, bro.
Oh my
So
God.
fraudulent. Like he does have a win over Sarzukian, and Oliveira did lose to him. But one, I think Armin has gotten better. I think Oliveira fought a better Armin in there. And honestly, from what I've seen from Gamrot, I think he's gotten worse. I mean, he almost got KO'd by old ass RDA. Uh, he lost to Dan Hooker, by the way, which is unforgivable in my books. And then, like, I mean, he beat Ludovic Klein. Like, I'm not feeling it off him, really. You know, the only way he wins this fight is holding Oliveira. Because I feel like all the damaging moments come from Oliveira in this fight. I've never seen Gamrot be damaging to anybody. So I just don't see it. I think it's going to be a lay and pray mission for him where he'll get some rabbit punches off, and that's what the fight will be. But I think that's his game plan. But I don't think Oliveira going for that. And I do think Oliveira is still motivated. So.
Yeah.
I think he'll try his ass off in this fight. I don't think he's given up yet.
He-
We'll see how the chin does. I think that is a big question mark at this point, but Gamrot, who's
Gamrot's the
eating
one
him
that
out?
Gamrot's not the one to like
Snap.
hit him and then follow him to the ground and finish him. Like I don't see it.
You know what I mean? Like what's Gamrot done ever? Like this is
In,
fraudulent record.
in
Like,
terms of the whole chin testing thing with Oliveira, like did Taporia like ruin it? So Viziev was definitely more of a test for that. I understand he doesn't have crazy knockout power, but like he'll tag you like a shit ton, probably over 5 rounds. Gamrot, you kind of already answered the question, but so you're not worried about the whole chin thing, him coming off a pretty devastating loss like at all for this one.
not really, bro. Like people get knocked out. Like it is the sport.
I mean, I
But
think
I will say
Charles always was chinny. Like I don't
yeah,
think
yeah, that is the kind of problem. Like he always has been knocked down, really, and the fact he got knocked out clean, it does mean something, but it's like Gamrot. I mean, Gamrot ain't the one. Like, let's just say that right now. Like Gamrot's just not the one who's going to. Maybe he'll hurt him on a punch, but he's not gonna like flatline him. Turn into a Vulcan where I think he can get flatlined out there any moment. Like I don't think it's the same thing. Maybe he could get stunned or knocked down, but
yeah,
I don't think Gamrot. Like I don't think he has a bad enough chin where it's just gonna get flatlined
I
knocked.
I agree.
It's also super short notice for Gamrot. What is this? 3 weeks basically.
Yeah,
Two,
about
3 weeks.
Does anyone know what's wrong with Fazib? Like, what do you?
I
something leg related. I don't recall really.
Yeah, I used to love. I mean, I still love him, but like, oh, I was so high on Fiziev. Even after the first Gaethje loss, I was like, damn, this guy is sick. And he's still sick, but yeah, it just sucks. He keeps getting hurt.
Whooping Gaethje's ass, bro, for like the first half of that fight. I'm telling you.
He's a dude that has like, if he had better cardio, he'd be much
I'm
better.
saying, bro. I'm saying cardio is like his one killer. He's a 3 round merchant though. Like he will struggle in five. But
Also, he's just slightly undersized for 55. I feel like.
Little bit.
But what do you think's at stake now? Gamrot's in. I don't think a title. Anyone's looking at title shots here, but what do you think's at stake for each guy?
I mean, really nothing, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I'm
Not
really,
a
I,
lot.
I really don't think that like Gamrot is gonna ever get to a title shot. And I think that kind of the book has been closed on Charles too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I just don't like. I don't see him going on the win streak he would need to justify it. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? I think even if he rattles off a couple and gets like into like the little title eliminator, whoever that person is probably gonna beat him at this point in the game. So it's like I see him, he's gonna be just a gatekeeper type, and I just think that like I thought that Faziev is the person who had more to gain by beating a Charles in this fight, you know, to maybe step his ring up into that next echelon of fights. But I feel like for Gamrot, he doesn't really have too much to gain. I mean, he can maybe bank on his win against Arman. Like if Arman can finesse a title, I guess. But like outside of that, I don't see any path for him to get a title shot. And his style is not fan friendly, so like the UFC is not gonna try to help him out. I don't think.
I agree. I also think Oliveira is like I think he'll retire soon, low key. I think 3 or 4 more fights.
For
I think
sure.
just be done.
All right, guys. Before we move on, how do you think this fight is going to look, and like, what is the end result going to be? Because that's what I'm a little confused about. Just because the game, this style of clashes. How do you think the fight's going to turn out on paper?
For me, I kind of see. Is it a 5 rounder or is it a?
It's
It's a
five.
main event.
Okay. Um, I kind of see Oliveira winning the striking exchanges largely early. I think maybe there could be some times where Gamrot has to fight through Charles's guard, finesse some takedowns, maybe some back control, like against the cage and shit, some just cage work, hold against the cage type, mungy type, stalling almost type control time um success. And I think that over the course of the fight, especially with him coming in on short notice, I don't think he's going to be able to push that pace as much as he would want. And I think that over time, Charles is going to start like really clipping him around maybe around 2.5, 3. Um, and I think that I could see him either jumping into a ill-advised takedown attempt and getting subbed up somehow because he's just like panic shooting, or I can see him just getting clipped and subbed. Honestly, um, so I think that Charles gets a finish, maybe round 3 or 4.
Okay,
I'm leaning like 3 to be honest, just because of the lack of cardio. I'm expecting the short notice to have on Gamrot.
Mr. Oliveira, what do you think?
Game Ratchet. So
He's a gamer. He's the gamer.
easy victory. Like this ain't even close in my book. I'll go decision to be honest. And maybe he gets a knockout like second or third round. I kind of see knockout a little more than submission. Maybe club and sub if that's the case. But I think Oliveira too good, man. Gamrot, this man lost to Dan Hooker, bro. Like, and Oliveira would easily mop the floor with that man. So that's all I'm saying. I think that is some MMA math, but all I'm saying is Gamrot is shit, yo.
Oh my God, bro.
Yo,
Who's more shit to you, Hooker or Gamrot? I know they fought, but like in your
definitely
opinion.
Hooker, bro. Definitely Hooker. More exciting fighter, but we know this man's bad. Like we just know.
All right.
I think Hooker on a streak, man. I think Hooker on a streak. You're tweaking on him.
Bro, he won two straight split decisions.
I thought Gamrot beat him for the record.
Yeah, and that too. Like it's not even confirmed he won one of them. Jalen Turner might have won that fight as well. Like he really could have been losing this whole time. And he's
I,
just unlucky,
I agree. Jalen Turner should have won that fucking fight.
that's what I mean, bro.
Well,
Like
rumor is he's fighting Armin next, so we'll see. We'll get it. He'll get tested.
Who?
Hooker. That's like the fight that people are. That's one of the fights people are saying is going to happen.
I guess, man. I guess, yeah. Fuck it.
All right, guys. Unfortunately, we have another short notice main event. Fluffy is out. Brendan Allen is in. Talk about a fucking downgrade, bro. My God. Respect to Allen, but I'm just not a fan of his. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I don't find him very entertaining or cool. And Fluffy RDR, that was such a good fight. That was the perfect like middleweight contender fight. So exciting. And now it's Allen's in. What are you guys' thoughts?
Piss poor, man. Very piss poor. Very piss poor. I was really looking forward to this fight.
So much, dude.
I thought RDR was finally going to get fraud checked. Even though he's not a fraud, I just think that, like, he has some deficiencies that no one that he's fought so far have been able to exploit. And I thought that Fluffy was going to be able to kind of like do what Fluffy does, man. I think Fluffy's a fucking beast, man. I think that he's the dark horse contender. I don't think he has a chance to beat Hamzat, but he might have the best chance to me. Like I don't think it's a good chance, but it might be like a 5% chance at least. Like, and I just think that it's very unfortunate that we instead have to see Brendan Allen in there.
yeah, I don't
I
know,
I,
man. I,
I excited.
I don't know, man. Drake is Duplessis to me still has the best shot. Like he could crack all these fucks right now. Brendan Allen would have no chance. It's disappointing, but I get why. I think people had fights lined up, and it was kind of unfortunate timing.
Yeah.
And we're Brendan Allen at 11 with the leads. They
It's not bad.
Cannoneer just fought. I think maybe they could have thought about for a second throwing Costa in. I think that was a better option they had.
That would have been fun.
Yeah, but outside of that, Allen was kind of the only option. So
Oh,
maybe Strickland could have. I don't know, but they want to give RDR the win, man. And they know it's a guaranteed payday dub for him, and
They don't want to. That's kind of how I'm feeling, bro. They don't want to like derail him, bro. They don't want to derail him.
so, do you
I
think?
don't blame him. I don't blame him. I'm a
Yeah.
big fan.
I think they would do it so Fluffy can get that hype, but they don't want Allen to get that hype because he's so unhyped already. It wouldn't do as much for him, really.
So
Honestly,
if RDR beat Fluffy, he was 100% getting a title shot. With Allen stepping in, do you think if RDR wins, he still for sure gets a title shot? Do they run the Fluffy thing back? What do you think happens there?
I mean, I think that if he, depending on like health wise, if he gets out pretty unscathed and Hamzat pretty healthy, and they can schedule that sooner, then I think that that will be the move still. And Fluffy would just get put on the back burner, honestly, because Fluffy's the one who needs RDR's name value, and I don't think it's the other way around. You know what I mean?
This is what I'll say. I think if RDR gets an impressive finish out there, I think he'll get the title shot. I think they'll bypass Imavov because
Oh wow, really?
I, pff, bro, we all know Imavov getting whooped, bro. Like he's screwed. I'll be honest. He's like the worst stylistically against Hamzat. Like he is not doing shit to that man. As much as his striking is nice, like, bro, like, Hamzat is going to take that man down, and he is the worst wrestler and grappler out of the contenders I see on the list. and I just feel like he'll get choked out instantly. Like I don't think it'll be long.
I think they still give it to Imanov first, but then they would give it to RDR. Just like
I feel like RDR can at least defend shit. Like I don't think like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think Imanov has to get the next one in either way type shit. I think either way he has to get the next one.
well that's why I said if RDR gets a nice finish early. Like if he gets a nice finish early, the UFC will push that fight.
I
Right.
think you have to give it to him, bro, at this point.
I think he deserves it, but I mean Patty might be getting the next title shot. Does he deserve it?
That is a good point.
um I was about to say. How do we see this fight going down? Brendan Allen coming off, I mean, I don't want to say dominant, but he beat up Marvin Vettori. Two pretty tough losses before that. RDR coming off a split decision, very close fight over Whitaker. What do you see happening in the cage with these two?
Give me an RDR damn fight. That's all I'm gonna see. It's literally gonna be literally grappling along the fence. Because I think Brendan Allen's gonna be fine going there, because that's what he's been doing in the most recent years more than striking. I think he has a slight striking edge, but to be honest, like he's kind of just mid there too, y'all. And I feel like RDR actually can probably keep up with him on the beat somewhat. Brendan might be the slightly faster fighter, but I feel like, man, RDR has just seen way better out there, bro. Like, he has just dealt with way better fighters than this man at this point. And I just feel like he's gonna break him down, bro. Break him down. Probably sub him up somewhere within 3 rounds. I mean, it's Brendan Allen, man. Like, it's not too hard to beat this man at number 11, basically number 12. I mean, he just came off a Whitaker win. It was a close fight. Whitaker's kind of older, but he beat Whitaker, so I just think he's gonna run through Brendan Allen. I don't see what Brendan Allen's doing in this fight that like makes me think it'll be somewhat competitive. And by the way, if he loses his fight, Lucas Tracy has to take all that shit back about him beating Anderson Silva. If he loses to RDR,
Terrible take.
especially if they're just striking at points and he looking ass out there, like you gotta take all that shit back.
All right, though. Anything else you guys want to touch on before we wrap the video up? Anything else?
Mm. I'm good for now.
How about you, Nick?
Uh, I mean this card kind of decent. Uh, Shout out the Vera Zahibi fight. I think that'll be good.
That's a fun one.
Wait, have you guys heard that Zabit might be making a comeback?
I've been hearing rumors. I'm not buying into them really though.
Been hearing it for a while. That's my problem. It's been a long been hearing it for a minute.
That is newsworthy to me. I fuck with Zabit. I love me some Zabit. No
He
Diddy.
was insane before he got retired. Like he was very
Oh, he would be the
that's
champ. I'll be honest. He would be the champ right now.
really.
Over Islam? I don't know about that.
No, he was at 45.
Oh,
Yeah, he'd be the champ.
right.
I remember he was scheduled to fight Yair like 3, 4 times, and then he just retired.
I think he would have whooped Yair's ass.
He would have murdered Yair. That should be his comeback fight if he does come back. Yair. That's a great fight.
Ooh, does he beat Lopez though?
I mean, right now I'm picking Lopez just because I haven't seen Zabit and I don't even know how long. No, I'm taking Lopez for sure. Yeah, I'm taking.
Is it be undefeated, right?
I think so. When did he stop fighting?
It's nasty though. Like 7, something like that.
He was sick.
If I seen him fight like one like top 10 tune-up fight, I might take him over Lopez. But I can't just take him like without seeing him in there again, to be honest.
Right.
Cause I mean he's not as goofy as fucking John Silver, bro. He's not just gonna run in there. He didn't fight like a madman in there. He fought like more technical, bro.
He's extremely technical for sure.
I feel like he's also like long. Like I think if you fight long, you could beat Lopez from the outside, kind of like how Volk did. Like I think Lopez very much is like a he gets most of his power off like in tight, like even like that elbow, in tight strike up close. Like I feel like he doesn't have very straight strikes and punches. So like you just stay on the end of his punches, like I feel like you're not in the most danger. And I think if Zabit can like just fight from the outside, mix in the grappling, like I don't know, man. I can see him getting a win there, bro. I really could.
Well, let's say Zabit. He turns into everything we think he can be. What the
Uh,
tape shows. Do you think he beats Volk?
right now, probably.
Yeah, right now.
But what about around when they were like hypothetically going to fight? I can't remember the year to be honest, but Volk was definitely way more in his prime.
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah, no, Volk was decent.
Okay, okay.
Volk was a dog, bro. Like,
Yeah, I mean he's the go. I think he's still the go.
yeah.
The
And my
Porter definitely closed it a little just because I do like transfer over two titles a little bit, but he just didn't stay around enough, bro. We
yeah,
had one title defense. Like, what am I supposed to do with that?
and you definitely he also dug John Silver in his own division, like you know what I mean. So there was a lot of people we just never fought, and, like you know what I mean. And we had to just
I
assume
mean, like, he had so many matchups.
exactly. Volk was like wiping that division up, like fucking
Yeah,
everybody.
he was. All right, though. Guys, I think that wraps things up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a comment and a like. And make sure to go check out the TikTok. We always have stuff on there. We'll have plenty of more card previews coming out soon. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.